All right, joined with Lylah Spring post-game. Jeremiah Jonke here as well, and talking Lylah, tough loss there, obviously. What's overall thoughts on this one?
Obviously, second half, we just let them turn us up, and we just let them kind of do what they wanted to in the third quarter. And then they got their run, and we just kind of dropped off a bit.
You talk about them turning you guys up in the second half. Were they just kind of forcing the tempo and playing at a pace that you guys really just doesn't suit you guys?
Yeah, they were up, full court pressuring, we just got to work on that a bit more. But yeah, just full court pressure just kind of threw us off a little bit.
It seemed like some of the errors there towards the end were a lot of kind of just rushing things when you talk about that things. What are things that you can do in practice that you think that this team can do going forward to work on the unforced errors? Because that's been something that's been one of the factors in a lot of losses.
Honestly, we just got to get into each other more at practice. I think we just got to turn each other up and just got to get into each other more at practice, honestly.
Well, you guys had got off to a bit of a slow start, but then you guys kind of caught fire there and built a 12-point lead. Mm-hmm. What did you guys do that kind of sparked that run for you guys and built that lead for you?
We just got the ball inside, outside. We just moved the ball around really well in the first half. And then they turned, like I said, in the second half, they turned up the tempo. We couldn't move the ball around as much, so that was kind of where we struggled.
Well, and this is the second consecutive game where you guys have really kind of put a scare into a nationally ranked team. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's not the result that you want, but I mean, the fact that you guys are playing as well as you have against nationally ranked teams, what does that tell you about your ball club?
We're a solid team. You know, we got a lot of young girls, but we're still a very solid team. We can turn teams up. We can hit shots, we can do it all, but we just got to find a way to consistently do it for 40 minutes.
Thanks, Lylah. Appreciate the time.
No worries.
Coach Ayana McWilliams joining us now post-game after the loss to CSI. And Coach, fourth quarter there, and about the 3-minute mark of the third quarter, things kind of turned around. What were your thoughts about the team before that, though, and the way that they played for the first 27 minutes?
We played a solid ball game. Stuck to our keys, did a lot of the right things, executed, took care of the basketball when it mattered, except for down the stretch. We knew coming out of halftime that they were going to make a run at some point. Good teams like that always will. I don't think we handled their run very well.
What could you guys done better during that run?
Take care of the basketball. Do the same things you've been doing. You know, we were executing. I think you just asked Lylah what were we doing early. We were getting quality shots. We were getting shots. Like she said, we worked it inside out, but we got the shot that we needed. And I think once they made their little run, we got back on our heels and started to turn over the ball, careless turnovers. Again, yeah, they pressed and played full court, but it wasn't like crazy pressure to make us turn that over. So we just got to be better taking care of the basketball in those kind of moments.
When you mentioned the turnovers, and that was something I felt like in the first half, when you guys were behind, that the turnovers were a bit of an issue, that you guys had a lot of empty possessions and that sort of thing. But, did you guys change anything in terms of just kind of handling what they were throwing at you defensively that helped you guys, start taking care of the basketball and converting in those possessions?
I think a lot of it is when you make a mistake, instead of being able to just move on to the next play and try to do something positive with the next possession, we're still focused on that turnover that we just turned it over. The last 3 possessions, we turned it over, and so now we get a little timid and a little afraid or back on our heels in a sense. But again, I think that's what it is, just making multiple mistakes or compounding mistakes and not being able to dig ourselves out of that rut.
Kelly McGowan's had a couple of really good games from 3 in a row. Are you seeing her build up that? I know that's something we've talked about. Are you seeing the confidence from her?
Yeah, we're a young club, and again, I think we got a lot of young, talented kids. But again, we got to be able to handle the moments. And yes, she's going to continue to figure it out. When she sees it go through the net, that actually helps her confidence. Hopefully this break don't cool her off. Hopefully she go get some rest and come back refocused, rejuvenated to attack the region.
When you also see the ball go inside to Lylah and then come back out for some open looks like that, because I think Lylah had 7 or 8 assists in this game. Is that something you want to see a little bit more from your post to finding those threes?
Yeah, of course. We know going into it, Lylah's going to be a big target for everybody, and obviously we play through her. So whenever we're playing through her and they want to double and focus in, those guards on the perimeter just have to be ready and confident. And like you said, on the kick out, Kelly was pretty confident in her shooting. That's what we need more of.
You talked about being able to handle the moment. And when you say that, it hits me as, well, maybe that's the difference between, finding 3 extra points at Scotts Bluff or,
Exactly.
not having this run happen today. How do you get better at handling the moment?
Again, we just for me, I just think when you put yourselves in these type of situations, and we've had these situations all week, going all the way back to NJC, we've been in those moments, and maybe we just hadn't had enough of them, but we got to find a way to dig a little deeper, stay confident, and continue to hammer home the game plan. Don't just throw it out of the window because some things didn't go our way. You know, continue to do the things that gave you success and don't shy away from them.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Thank you.